Thank you for staying. I'm still having a conversation on education, but this time I've been joined by some wonderful students of the University of Ghana, a lady and a gentleman, and they belong to the Campus Association of Students with Special Needs, CASSN, and they're here to talk about the CASSNFEST, which is a festival which will be happening from the 19th to the 22nd of July. Lois Biama Abena Ampofo is PRO of the Campus Association of Students with Special Needs, and Benjamin Melish Ejapong is president of CASSN. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. How are you?
Thank you, we are good.
All right, it's good to have you here. Thank you so much for gracing my studios with your very wonderful presence. So let me start with you, Benjamin, and tell us more about this association, right? Is it one you came to meet in school, or you created it yourself?
Okay, so a wonderful morning to your cherished viewers. And CASSN, the Campus Association of Students with Special Needs, is an association which was established somewhere 2007 in the University of Ghana. It wasn't very active then, but as we progressed, we realized that we had to intensify our activities so as to create awareness to the general public and the university community that we as well are capable and we have a lot of potentials in us, and when we are given the opportunity, we can thrive and even do better than some of our able colleagues.
Right.
So that's how come the whole idea came about.
All right.
So it's a mouthpiece to discuss and then push for our interests. I mean, persons with disabilities, special needs students.
I love that. So as you may tell, Benjamin is blind, and but Lois's special need or I don't want to use the word disability. Let me just stay with special needs. Lois's special need is not one that's so visible like Benjamin's. She's got mobility issues, right? Yes. So tell me, Lois, you speak for this association, and Benjamin has just told us what it is about and it being a mouthpiece. Just tell me how it has been like for you working together in school, making sure your voice is heard. Much later, I'll come to the challenges and successes that you've chalked.
I also joined the association somewhere in level 100 year. I didn't know there was anything like Campus Association of Students with Special Needs. And I didn't even know there was an office of students with special needs. So I was thinking, coming to the university, I have mobility issues. I have a back pain and a leg pain, which affects my mobility. So when I walk for some time, I get tired and all that. But it's not clearly visible unless you observe me for some time. Yeah, so when I was coming to university, I was thinking about going to lectures and those mobility issues where you have to walk around, struggle, and also with the dormitory, if I'll be given up bed, down bed, whatsoever. So upon knowing there's an office of students with special needs at the University of Ghana where they provide services for students who have such needs, I got to get some privileges, and there's a bus which takes us to class as and when it's available. Right. So as a special need in the traditional halls, there's a policy that the inner rooms are designated for students with special needs. So with that, my dormitory issue is taken away. Yeah, and it's been nice working with them. I mean, I didn't even get to know much about visually impaired and other disabilities. So being part of the association has really helped me learn more about them, how to relate with them, and it's been nice.
All right, Benjamin. Yeah. So I can see a laptop in front of you. Do you mind opening it? Just if you can, just demonstrate to us. Okay, so it's got the regular keypad like I see it, but I'm sure you can feel the braille on it, right?
No, we don't have any braille. It's just like any ordinary laptop.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
So how do you use it then? Because what I know is that usually for persons with visual impairments like yourself. Sorry, I'm turning the laptop actually. All right, sorry. Okay, so it's a normal laptop, right? I've turned it because I just want everyone to see what it looks like. But how do you use this? How are you able to use it properly?
Okay, thank you. So, like we said, there are so many things people are ignorant about when it comes to us. Because of modernity and then technology, now we're able to use just any smartphone and then laptop as anyone uses. All we need to do is to download a speech software. So if you look at this one, I have a speech on it.
Okay.
Windows sign in
So
dialog.
you can hear that.
Yeah.
Password blank.
So
Star.
when I type anything, it just mentions
Star.
it.
Star.
Okay.
Welcome.
But how do you know what you're typing?
Okay.
Password editor. Star.
Okay. So I was reading.
Okay. Okay. So you're a law student.
Yes, I am.
Benjamin is a law student. So I
I'm
see
level 400.
level 400 law student. I see jurisprudence.
Yes.
Marx's theory of law and state. So the speech software reads it out to you.
Everything.
What about when you're typing for your assignments? It's the same.
Yeah, it's the same. So when I press A, it will give me the sound A. So easy. Easy. So whatever you do, the speech gives you a feedback.
Okay, so it's still reading out.
Yes, it reads everything.
Okay.
So let's say I want to type.
No, wait. Before we get to the speech, because I am very curious, right? Because I see you press the. Did somebody take you through what the keys represent and everything? Because I'm just wondering, how do you know this is the space button?
Okay.
How do you know this is the home button?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you see, I went through the system from a Ekropon School for the Blind.
Okay.
Up there.
Okay.
Continued my education at Okwapman Senior High School, Ekropon Ekwapem, where I graduated. So in School for the Blind, because we are all visually impaired, we have an IT lab and we have trained resource persons in special education and IT training. So they understand us and they are able to take us through
Wonderful.
what it takes to you. So he would tell you, for instance, kill. So this is kill. On top of, so under kill, you have A, then
Right.
you have Z.
Yeah.
So when you're typing, you have that in mind.
Right.
So it's kind of.
So you have a mental
Yeah,
picture of what it looks like.
Exactly,
Fantastic. And I see you also have a phone, right?
I do.
You also have the software on the phone?
Yes. In fact, any phone, as for the phone, it's even easier.
Right.
If you have an iPhone here, you can just go to settings, accessibility.
Right.
You would see voiceover. You just turn it on. Automatically, the pop-up will come and then you will hear the voice.
Right.
You don't need any special phone.
Okay.
Just any ordinary phone.
Wonderful.
Any ordinary phone.
I'll come for you to say, because I see that you're very excited when I talk about the fact that you're a law student. I'll be asking
Yes,
you
I
what your
am.
dream and your vision is. But let me come to you, Lois. You have a bus that you use when it's available to help you move from your halls to your lecture halls. But what are some of the challenges, real challenges that you encounter, and how do you overcome them?
With a bus specifically?
No, generally your stay in school or even life.
So generally, not only me, but speaking on behalf of all physically challenged, specifically at the University of Ghana, some of the lecture halls are not really disability friendly. Yeah, that's how it was structured. Some do not have elevators. Like the law school, they have an elevator, but then some wouldn't have that. So climbing up the stairs and all that becomes quite a challenge for physically challenged people. And also when the bus is not available, or when there is no means of transport, or if you don't have a friend who can assist you, it becomes a big challenge going to a lecture hall. Aside that, if there's more accessibility, if the structures are more disability friendly, if I'm able to get transport to class with that, I'm okay. Yeah.
Right. So, Benjamin, what about you? What have the challenges been, and how do you overcome them?
Okay, so challenges. Since she addressed that of the physically challenged, that will come to the visually impaired and then maybe the hearing impaired. So you see, apart from the mobility issues, we also have our mobility issues, because you see, the university wasn't, constructed or built with us in mind. So there are gutters, but University of Ghana is quite better. The road network is good, and so that is one challenge, how to get to another place. Sometimes there are vehicles parked on the road, you end up bumping into them.
Yeah.
But a major challenge for us as visually impaired and then hearing impaired and then all other disabled persons is the exorbitant prices of assistive devices. So for instance, this laptop is a normal laptop. My laptop is sports. And you know, to get a laptop now is like 5,000 cedis or something. People use the calipers, wheelchairs, prosthetics, those who have mobility issues, the hearing aids, and then visually impaired, some use recorders, and then other issues, the white cane, the mobility cane. These things are very, very, very expensive. The braille devices, those who still use braille, the hand frame, the stylus, the Perkins braille are very, very expensive. So that is the major challenge. So there are students on campus now who even do not have laptops. And to be a student on the University of Ghana campus without a laptop, being a visually impaired, basically, I don't know how to describe it. It's unthinkable.
Yeah.
Because we have the office there. So once you have the laptop, you take the books to them, you purchase the books, you take it to them, they scan them in readable formats, and then copy them on the PCs for you.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I was going to ask, because some of your law books, I was just wondering if you have e-versions of them, because I doubt there will be e-versions of them.
Yes.
So this is how you do it. You buy the book, and then you get them to be scanned and put on your laptop or your devices. Right. So you've just spoken about a very important issue, having financial support for persons with disability or special needs. As CASSNet, do you have any form of funding support for yourself and your colleagues? Or the school handles that entirely?
That has been very challenging. In fact, since I assumed office as president, I've written to a number of corporate organizations. But you see, they also have their budget. So sometimes you go and then they are like, oh, this year we are sorry, we cannot help. I personally have written to computer companies who can maybe support us with laptops, mobile phones, MiFi, Wi-Fi, and those things. But it's been difficult. We've not received any support as we speak, apart from the support we receive from the university through the Office of Students with Special Needs. Support outside is quite difficult. And like I said, our things are very expensive and difficult to come by.
So, I mean, this is a channel that believes in making impact, right? Quite recently, we had our Impact Makers Awards, and I know there are people watching us who would want to support. How do they get in touch with CASSN, and who do they call? How do they get through to you if they have any donations to make? How exactly do they do that? Since you're the PRO, let me ask you, Lois.
Okay, so they can reach us via email.
Can you speak up a bit?
I can put our email out there.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can text us or anything. And it's CASSN at st.ug.edu.gh. That's our email.
That's quite a long one. Can you say it again?
CASSN at st.ug.edu.gh.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you want to reach us personally,
Right.
They can call us. But that's still, they can call us.
Yeah.
And that's my personal number, 0248 319095. 0248 319095.
Right.
Yeah, and mine is 055 3526 312.
Right.
055 3526 312.
So that's how you can contact Benjamin and Lois, and they are very wonderful people. As you can see, they're not allowing their special needs or challenges to, keep them in their corners. They are out hoping to make an impact, hoping to make a difference. And they are with the Campus Association of Students with Special Needs at the University of Ghana. They're organizing a festival, CASSNFEST, which is happening from the 19th to the 22nd of this month. So what are the activities outlined? Benjamin?
Okay, so we will have a launch of the program, an official launch, God willing, this Wednesday.
Okay.
From 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. at the University of Ghana SRC Union Conference Hall. So on Thursday, we are hoping to have a health screening and then a special program for the ladies. A talk on relationships, self-esteem, and
why only that for the ladies? Oh, because the guys also need a conversation on relationship and self-esteem.
I agree. In our assessments, we realized that you see, some of us are able, I have seen before. So you see, when a situation comes up, it's a bit difficult for you to even accept. And the family, friends, and all that, the ladies are basically not really strong to accept and then move on. So even if you look at the percentage of persons with disability schooling, I think the guys are much more than the ladies. So I think they need the encouragement and push more. So the guys as well, we would encourage them, but I think that we need to pay particular attention to our ladies.
All right, you just said something that piqued my interest. Let me just quickly spend a minute. You used to see. What happened? How did you lose your vision?
Okay, so I'm in Dansoman. So for everyone who knows Dansoman, they know that I have school at Bitom, Arima area and all that. So you see, when I was growing up, mine didn't just come. I don't even know what happened, but it started gradually. I realized that I couldn't see as I used to be. So I complained to my teacher, I was in class 3 or so by then, that when I sat at the back, you see boys are normally a bit notorious and you want to be at the back.
Yeah.
But I realized I had to strain my eye in order to see. So the teacher made the necessary move because I was quite brainy, I was good. So brought me in front and then it was better. Then still, I realized that no, even in front, I was still losing. So they had to get someone to sit by me, then be helping me with what was on the board. So the teacher had to call my parents and then tell them that the situation is getting out of hand and then they may have to seek medical attention. So that was where they started Emmanuel High Clinic or Lebu everywhere. I went to churches, I don't know. So
but what were you told?
Later they said it was maculitis. So they say there is a vein in the eye that holds the eyeball, that is called the macula. So if it does not develop fully, it has a ripple effect on the side. So it loses its strength as you grow. And so that's how come.
And this is irreversible?
It is reversible from what an Indian hospital told me, but it is very expensive, very, very. And it is not even 100% assured. I think it's 50-50 or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. You're such a young, brilliant boy. I love listening to you. But
Thank
Lois,
you.
you're also doing so well with your organization and what you're doing. Just tell us what you wish people who are not in your position will understand about you and your group, and what your aspirations are generally.
Okay, so there's still the stigma out there about persons with disabilities, and I believe that awareness isn't very strong. Perhaps if it could start from basic school where there's a curriculum personally for teaching students about persons with disabilities, where they get persons to share their experiences and all that, they will learn to live with them and accept them. That's one major challenge. And also, I know there are some people out there, let's say maybe SHS graduates whatsoever in school, wondering what they can do with themselves as they've graduated, thinking maybe university may not be the place for them because the services are not very right. I tell you, it's not true. If you come to the University of Ghana, for instance, or other universities, there are some services for students with special needs. So don't sit home and think there's nothing that can come out of you. You can come there and they will provide you with the services you need.
Wow.
For our association, we are hoping that with time it will grow and people will learn to understand that persons with disabilities are no different from others.
Wonderful. And to you, the future lawyer, Benjamin. Benjamin is in law school. And I really hope and pray that once you get the funds and you want to, reverse your condition, that you will be part of the 50 that can have it reversed. But I mean, I think that you have grown so well and you have, beating all the odds. Tell me what you want persons with disability to know, and also how you want us to treat you and what the future holds for you.
Okay, so I think Lois has said most of it, but
Right.
I would say that, like she said, there are services for you. So maybe there is someone out there, a parent, who has this child who is disabled, who cannot see, who cannot hear, who cannot speak. All hope is not lost. You can take them to the special needs schools, Mampong School of the Deaf, Mampong School for the Blind. There are a lot of schools for us. Give them the opportunity, give them what they need, the facilities, and we can equally do better. Right. Now, I think that we should be empathized with, not sympathized with. You see, most of us see our situation as a predicament which cannot be gotten out of.
Right.
And people even think that some of the disabilities we have are communicable.
Yeah, so they don't want to get close.
To support you is not even a problem.
Yeah.
Unless they realize that, okay, this guy is equally good, and then maybe if I get close, I would also benefit something.
Right.
So we think that they should treat us as their brothers and sisters. They should accept us as part of them.
Fantastic.
And then we are equally competent, and even sometimes we do better
Right.
than them.
Right.
We
So
are
we're
given
going.
opportunities.
So we're going to see you being called to the bar soon, right?
Yes, yes. Hope.
All right.
I'm going to write the entrance exams this year, so.
All right. We wish you all the best, Benjamin. That's Benjamin Melish Ejapong. He's president of the Campus Association of Students with Special Needs at the University of Ghana. And seated right next to him is Lois Biama Abena Ampofo. She's PRO of the same association. And they've been telling us about their festival coming out off on the 19th to the 22nd. If you missed any part of the show, you can just go back on Facebook or YouTube. They gave out their numbers on how you can support them and how you can reach out to them. Fantastic young people doing a lot of great work. Thank you so much for passing through.